Hi, this is Frank McDonough at the Arboretum of Los Angeles County, the Questionable Botanist, and welcome to today's Questionable Botanist. It is August the 5th, a Friday, and it's somewhat hot out there. It's not baking, but it's somewhat hot out there. And what I do is I bring to you things from the Arboretum, questions that I get during the day, whatever's fascinating and interesting, I try to bring to you. So, without further ado, let me show you some trees that are out there right now that are just fascinating. These are our two golden trees. The one on the left is called the golden shower tree, and the one on the right is the gold medallion tree. The one on the left is Senna spectabilis, and the one on the right is Cassia leptophylla. Now, they all used to be Sennas, I do believe, and then they were split up. No, I'm sorry, they were all Cassias, and they were all split up, and then Sennas were split from Cassias. The Cassia that we have left is the one on the right. That is Cassia leptophylla, the gold medallion tree. Let me talk to you a little bit about how they're used in the landscape. First, let's talk about Senna spectabilis. This is the plant right here, and notice the beautiful goldish flowers. And Senna spectabilis is a really nice ornamental plant, small tree. Can be cut back and left as a shrub. It has one problem, and that is it will not grow very well in extremely windy areas. And so the zones that you see for it in the sunset, if you check the sunset zones, they exclude windy areas. And in fact, it's quite brittle, and as a result, requires pruning quite regularly. The other tree, this is Cassia leptophylla, commonly known as the gold medallion tree. Pretty common tree in many parts of California, but a lot of people look at it and they go, what the heck is that? I get a lot of calls from people asking me what this tree is. There's several of these out on the main highway in front of the Arboretum, Baldwin, and they're right there in the median, blooming up a storm. These are pretty tough plants. Once they're established, you don't need to water them much at all, maybe a couple additional waterings during the summer, and that's it. They're very low water use plants. They flower on and off throughout the season with big flowerings right about now in the middle of the summer. As far as pruning goes, you got to keep after them. Like the Senna, they are kind of brittle, but not as brittle as the Senna. In fact, the trunk develops quite nicely, and these can get to be 40 to 60 feet tall, rather tall, and can tough out even some of the winds. I wouldn't put them in high wind areas, but they will tolerate more wind than the Senna will take. Cassias also produce these right here. Notice on the left-hand side the large bean-like pod. They can be rather messy with those pods, so they're really not the best to have around a lawn, although I've seen them in lawns. So those are our two yellow-flowered plants that are blooming right now here at the Arboretum. Senna spectabilis and Cassia leptophylla. Another fascinating blooming tree in about the same vicinity as the Senna is this one right here. This beautiful red-flowered tree is Corymbia ficifolia. It used to be called Eucalyptus ficifolia, but then they found out that Corymbias were a different genus than Eucalyptus. This is done through taxonomic and genetic means. These days, when a botanist can start splitting plants, not just with not just with certain characteristics on the plant, structural, but the actual genetic code of the plant. They can analyze the genetic code and find how closely one plant is related to another, and based on that, they can reassign a whole species or genus, or sometimes even family. Another neat plant that's out there. This plant right here is Pancretium maritimum. Maritimum means by the sea. This is a plant that was known in the Bible as the balm of Gilead, or may have been one of the candidates for that. It has a very fragrant smell to it. If you get a chance, this is located in the dry area garden. Now, this is the garden that's just north of the cactus and succulent garden, which is just north of the cafe. And this is located on the very southern tip of that garden. And the way they bloom is the flowers come first, and then later the foliage comes. So check these out. The smell is really fantastic. Now, it's getting hot here at the Arboretum, and there's a lot of ways to beat the heat. You can go into the cafe and have a cold drink or ice cream. There's ice cream at the cafe. Love that. They have ices there, the headache-causing drinks. You drink too fast, and your head feels like it's going to split off. But there's a better way to deal with the heat, and it'll be demonstrated by one of our residents. Just lay out on the cool concrete and take it easy. Well, that's it for now. This is Frank McDonough here at the Arboretum of Los Angeles County, saying goodbye, good gardens, and until next time, which will be this Monday at 4 o'clock, have a great weekend. Bye.